Hello, I'm Adam, and I'm here to tell you about he unretired from retirement. Reynel Frances T. Hugnatan, born November 3, 1978, is a Filipino professional basketball player who plays for the San Juan Knights franchise of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, MPBL, and Pilipinas Super League, PSL. He also serves as an assistant coach for the Meralco Bolts of the Philippine Basketball Association, PBA. He was picked 9th overall by the Coca-Cola Tigers in the 2003 PBA draft. On May 12, 2023, Hugnatan retired from professional basketball and later became an assistant coach for the Bolts. In November 2023, however, he would unretire to suit up for the MisOr Mustangs. After a surprising and dramatic return to the court, let's delve into his early life and college career. Hugnatan was born in Bacolod. He grew up in Talisay, a municipality in Negros Occidental. His father was a truck driver, and his family also ran a small farm. He worked as a sakata, an itinerant field worker in sugarcane fields. Hugnatan played for the University of Manila Hawks at the high school level for 2 years. He also played for them in the collegiate level under head coach Otto Tolentino, but only stayed there for 1 year. After a decades-long absence, former NBA superstar Lamar Odom shocked the world by returning to the court. In 1998. When he was 19 years old, Hugnatan joined the Negros Slashers of the Metropolitan Basketball Association, MBA. Negros offered him a 15,000 link equals yes monthly salary to play for them. He and John Ferriols helped lead Negros to the top of the Southern Conference. In 1999, he participated in the NBA's All-Star Dunk Contest, where he outperformed Don Camaso and rivaled Filipino-American Matt Mitchell in the event's finals. The Slashers entered the 2000 season with a smaller lineup. Despite their small lineup, they made it to the finals. Hugnatan then missed Game 6 of the finals due to a fever. Without him, Negros lost to the San Juan Knights. Once again, Negros made it to the finals in the 2001 season. In Game 3 against the LBC Batangas Blades, Hugnatan had a double-double of 20 points and a career-high 21 rebounds to extend the series 2-1. However, Batangas won the following game, and Negros lost in the finals once again. That season, he unanimously won the league's Most Improved Player award. In the 2002 quarterfinals, Hugnatan and Dino Aldegar both scored 19 points against the Osaka Pangasinan Waves to bring Negros to the semifinals. He then led Negros past the Davao Eagles with 31 points and 14 rebounds. Then he helped lead the Slashers to a finals sweep of LBC Batangas with averages of 19 points and 10.3 rebounds. Soon after the 2002 season ended, the NBA folded up. With the disbandment of the league, Hugnatan and other NBA players applied for the 2003 PBA draft. After a decades-long absence, former NBA superstar Ray Allen shockingly returned to the court. And now we'll explore his surprising journey with the Coca-Cola Tigers. The Coca-Cola Tigers selected Hugnatan with the 9th pick of the 2003 PBA draft. He agreed to a 2-year contract worth $3.26 million. In his first year, he was used at small forward. In the 2003 Reinforced Conference, he scored 12 points in a win over the Alaska Aces. That conference, they made it to the finals, where they won the title in 7 games. Hugnatan competed in the 2004 Slam Dunk Contest during All-Star Weekend, losing to Cyrus Baguio in the finals. After a long period of inactivity, the legendary player decided to return to the court. During the 2004-5 Philippine Cup, Hugnatan, along with Jeffrey Carriazo, was traded to the Alaska Aces for Ali Peak and John Arago. In his Alaska debut, he led them in scoring with 21 points, but they lost to the San Miguel Beermen. He scored 7 of his 15 points in the 4th quarter of a win over the Barangay Ginebra Kings. The Aces secured the 4th seed for that conference. In a 2005 Fiesta Conference loss to the Talk and Text Phone Pals, he scored 15 points. That conference, they failed to make it to the semifinals as they were eliminated by Red Bull Barako in the quarterfinals. During the 2006 Philippine Cup, Hugnatan made 2 game-winning free throws with 10 seconds remaining in their game against Red Bull. He then scored a conference-high 16 points off the bench in a win over the Beermen. With the win, they secured a slot in the quarterfinals. In Game 3 of the quarterfinals, he fractured his nose. Still, he played in Game 4 and led the team with 16 points and into the semifinals. He then underwent surgery for his nose fracture. After a long absence, the legendary player returned to the court with a surprising and determined drive-in ACL tear, kept Hugnatan out for the entire 2006-07 Philippine Cup. He made his return during the 2007 Fiesta Conference. In Game 2 of the Fiesta Conference semis against the Beermen, he contributed 13 points as they got to a 2-0 series lead. In Game 6, he had a double-double of 16 points and a PBA career-high 17 rebounds, and also made 3 clutch free throws as the Aces made it to the finals. In Game 2 of the finals, he contributed a double-double of 13 points and 10 rebounds as the Aces got to a 2-0 series lead over Talk and Text. In Game 7, he scored 16 points and made a clutch free throw to give the Aces the championship. The Aces, first since the 2000 All-Filipino Cup. In a win over Coca-Cola during the 2007-08 Philippine Cup, Hugnatan scored 17 points to go along with 16 rebounds. In a win over Red Bull, he scored 18 points to go with 8 rebounds. The Aces made it to the quarterfinals, where in a Game 1 win over Coca-Cola, he contributed 17 points. That season, he was selected as an All-Star for the 2008 All-Star Weekend, which was held in his hometown of Bacolod City. After decades away from the court, a legendary player shockingly returned to basketball, and now we'll delve into his incredible 2008-10 seasons. Third championship. In a 2008-9 Philippine Cup win over Red Bull, Hugnatan had a double-double of 12 points and 11 rebounds. He then made a clutch putback with 21 seconds remaining to give Alaska a win over the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Alaska made it to the finals of that conference, where they held leads of 2-0 and 3-2 against Talk and Text. However, they lost their last 2 games, and Talk and Text won the championship. Alaska started the 2009-10 Philippine Cup with a win over the Meralco Bull Energy Boosters, in which Hugnatan scored 18 points and 6 rebounds. He then led them with 20 points off the bench in a win over Ginebra. For his performances, he won a Player of the Week award alongside Talk and Text's Mac Cardona. He then contributed 16 points and 8 rebounds as they won their 6th straight game. In a rematch against Meralco, he led the team with 17 points and 10 rebounds, as Alaska had its best start in 11 years with a record of 9-1. Alaska made it all the way to the finals once again, but he struggled with turnovers and they got swept by the Purafoods' tender, juicy Giants. That season, he got to play in the All-Star game. In a Game 1 win of the 2010 Fiesta Conference semifinals against Talk and Text, Hugnatan scored all of his 16 points in the third quarter off the bench. After the series went the distance, Alaska returned to the finals. There they bounced back and won the 2010 Fiesta Conference championship over the Beermen. After a long break, the legendary player returned to the court, ready to shock the world. On February 15, 2011, during the 2011 Commissioner's Cup, the Meralco Bolts acquired Hugnatan in exchange for Hans Thiel and Paulo Buja. Hugnatan missed time during the 2011-12 Philippine Cup due to a knee injury. He returned to the lineup against Alaska. In the 2012 Commissioner's Cup, he scored 16 points in a win over Rain or Shine. In the Governor's Cup, he scored 18 points in a loss to Ginebra. That conference saw Meralco making it to the semifinals as he scored 14 against the Powerade Tigers. They had a 6-8 record in the semifinals, where their season ended. After a long hiatus, the legendary player returned to the court. And now we'll look at his final All-Star appearance. In the 2012-13 Philippine Cup, Hugnatan led Meralco to the 4th seed. His best game in the eliminations came in a win over the San Mig Coffee Mixers, in which he had 15 points and 9 rebounds. However, they were swept in the quarterfinals by Alaska. They were also eliminated in the quarterfinals in the following conference, the Commissioner's Cup. In the Governor's Cup, Meralco started with a record of 4-2 and in second place in the standings. Although they fell to third place, they were able to beat the 6th-seeded Meralco Bull in the quarterfinals behind Hugnatan's 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. In the semifinals, they fell to San Mig once again. That season, he was in the running for Most Improved Player but lost to Jervy Cruz. In a 2013-14 Philippine Cup loss to San Mig, Hugnatan scored 16 points with 8 rebounds. That conference, Meralco didn't make the playoffs as they lost to Alaska for the 8th seed. They got their revenge in the following conferences as they beat Alaska in the Commissioner's Cup and in the Governor's Cup. During the 2014-15 Philippine Cup, Hugnatan scored a career-high 28 points on 9-15 shooting in a double overtime win over Meralco. He then missed time due to a knee sprain. At age 36, he made his sixth All-Star appearance, with only Jimmy Alapag, 37, and Asitolava, 42, older All-Stars than him. After the All-Star break, he had 21 points on 9-14 shooting in a win over Meralco. In the Governor's Cup, he held 7-foot-tall center Greg Slaughter to 2 points in the fourth quarter after he had scored 19 points through the first 3 quarters, leading to a win over Ginebra. He then made a clutch three-pointer in a win over the Beermen. After a decade away from the court, former NBA superstar Gilbert Arenas shocked the world by returning to professional basketball. Meralco started the 2015-16 season miserably, as they lost almost all of their games in the 2015-16 Philippine Cup with a record of 1-11. They bounced back in the Commissioner's Cup as they qualified for the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals against the NLEX Road Warriors, Hugnatan scored a conference-high 20 points with 7 rebounds in 29 minutes off the bench. In Game 1 of their semis against Alaska, he had 21 points on 8-13 shooting, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in 31 minutes, but they lost. Alaska went on to eliminate Meralco from making the finals. In a 2016 Governor's Cup loss to Ginebra, Hugnatan scored 18 points off the bench. He broke out in their semis against the TNT Ka Tropa, scoring 21 points on 5-6 from 3 in Game 3. For that performance, he earned a Player of the Week award. He then contributed 16 points as Meralco made its first finals appearance in franchise history. In Game 1 of the finals, he contributed 15 points, but his team lost to Ginebra. He then scored 17 points and made 3 clutch triples as they took a 2-1 series lead. However, Ginebra would overcome that deficit and win the finals in 6 games. Hugnatan had impressive performances for the month of January 2017 throughout the 2016-17 Philippine Cup, including a season-high 28 points against the Mahindra Floodbuster. But they lost 6 straight games in that conference. It was a different story in the Governor's Cup, as they started the conference with 4 straight wins. Against NLEX, he scored 25 points off the bench, but they lost that game and snapped their winning streak. Meralco made it back to the finals of the Governor's Cup for the second year in a row, where they faced Ginebra once again. In Game 3, stepping up for the injured Reynel Hugnatan, he made 7 triples for 22 points to prevent Ginebra from taking a 3-0 series lead. He then made a game-winning assist to Alan Durham in Game 4 to tie the series. However, Ginebra closed out the series, and Meralco was denied of the championship once again. After a decades-long absence, LeBron James defied expectations and returned to the NBA. And now let's dive into the incredible numbers he racked up during his brief but impactful comeback, in a loss to NLEX during the 2017-18 Philippine Cup. Hugnatan scored 10 points and became the 88th player in league history to achieve 5,000 career points. In the Governor's Cup, Meralco lost 6 straight games and was in danger of missing the playoffs. In their game against the Magnolia Hotshots, he scored 12 of his 15 points in the second half as they started a winning streak. On November 30, 2018, his 40th birthday, he scored 13 points in a win over the Beermen, assuring Meralco of a playoff for the 8th seed. Meralco eventually qualified for the playoffs as the 7th seed, where they upset the 2nd seed Phoenix Fuel Masters. In Game 2 of their semifinal series against Alaska, he contributed 12 points and 7 rebounds as Meralco tied the series. In Game 3, he scored 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, but missed a putback that could have sent the game into overtime. Alaska won that game and then closed out the series, preventing Meralco from reaching its 3rd straight Governor's Cup finals. During the 2019 season, Hugnatan scored a season-high 16 points in a loss to rain or shine. Meralco made the Governor's Cup finals once again, but lost to Ginebra once again for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. After a long period of inactivity, former NBA star Chandler Parsons shocked the basketball world by returning to the court. That season, the PBA was held in a specially created bubble isolation zone in Angel City. In his first game in the bubble, Hugnatan scored 16 points in a loss to Phoenix. A day after celebrating his 42nd birthday, he scored 14 points in a win over the Blackwater Elite. He suffered a groin strain in their match against TNT, but was able to return to the lineup in time for Meralco's quarterfinals series. In Game 1 of their quarterfinals against San Miguel Beer, he led with 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals as they forced a do-or-die game. Meralco won the next game, extending their playoff run and setting them up for a run-in with Ginebra in the semis. Ginebra led 2-1 in their best-of-5 series, but Meralco forced another do-or-die game with him making a go-ahead jumper with 15.1 seconds left and clutch plays by his teammates sealing the win. He finished that game with a game-high 19 points, along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. In Game 5, he made a game-tying triple in the final seconds of the game, but this was supplanted by Scotty Thompson's game-winning triple from the corner, ending Meralco's playoff run. Although Meralco failed to make the finals, this was still their best Philippine Cup campaign in franchise history. For that season, he averaged 11.7 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.3 assists, more than doubling his averages in the previous season. That and his role in Meralco's semifinals run made him a candidate for the Most Improved Player award. Had he won, he would have been the oldest player to ever win the award. Instead, the award went to Prince Caparel. After a decades-long absence, the legendary player returned to the court, and now will explore 2021-23 seasons. Final seasons in the PBA. For his impressive play the previous season, Hugnatan earned a contract extension. To begin the 2021 Philippine Cup, he scored 13 points in a win over the Beermen. He left the team near the end of the elimination round to attend the wake of his mother back home. He was able to return to the team in time for the playoffs. In the quarterfinals, he helped Meralco break away from NLEX in the fourth quarter, and Meralco made it back to the semis to face Magnolia. In Game 4, he had 21 points and 9 rebounds, but they still lost to Magnolia. Although Meralco won Game 5, Magnolia eventually defeated them in Game 6. In the 2022 Philippine Cup, Hugnatan helped Meralco score its first win of the conference by scoring 10 of his 17 points in the third quarter of their game against Phoenix. On May 12, 2023, head coach Luigi Trillo announced that Hugnatan had retired from professional basketball and would become an assistant coach for the Bolts. After a decades-long pause, former NBA star Ray Allen shockingly returned to the court, and now will explore MisOr Mustangs. In December 2023, Hugnatan came out of retirement to play for the MisOr Mustangs in the Pilipinas Super League, PSL, President's Cup. Before doing so, he asked permission from Meralco and from PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall. He debuted for MisOr with 10 points. He then scored 19 points on 8 4 12 shooting, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists in a win over Bicol. They were eliminated in the first round by the Davao Occidental Tigers. After a decades-long hiatus, former NBA superstar Gilbert Arenas shocked the world by returning to the court. In 2024, with Meralco's blessing, Hugnatan joined the San Juan Knights in the MPBL. After a decades-long hiatus, a basketball legend shockingly returned to the court beginning in the 2023-24 season. Hugnatan became an assistant coach for Meralco. He is tasked with developing Meralco's frontcourt players. In his first year as an assistant coach, the Bolts won the 2024 Philippine Cup. After a decades-long absence, former NBA superstar Ray Allen shockingly returned to the game, and now will delve into his national team career. In 2002, Hugnatan and a selection of NBA All-Stars represented the Philippines in the Jones Cup. He scored 17 points in a win over the Russian selection. In 2018, Hugnatan and the Meralco Bolts represented the Philippines in the 2018 FIBA Asia Champions Cup, while the 2018 Governor's Cup was ongoing, settling for 4th place. After a decades-long absence, former NBA star Michael Jordan made a shocking return to the court. Coach Tim Cohn once called him a perfect power forward, as he could shoot, hustle, rebound, and defend. He also compared him to Reynel Hugnatan, as both could shoot, post up, and defend. Early in his career, he could play both forward positions and center, as he could defend both the perimeter and the post. At Meralco, he often played at power forward, but he also played as an undersized center when needed. Hugnatan is ambidextrous and shoots left-handed. He has good footwork in the post. He can shoot from mid-range and is good at making free throws in the clutch. Late into his career, Hugnatan developed into a three-point shooter. Before the 2015-16 season, he had only made 12 threes in his career, although several came in high-pressure situations. In the 2016 PBA Governor's Cup, He revealed his new skill as he shot 38.3% from three and made 23 triples throughout the conference. After a decades-long absence, former NBA superstar Ray Allen shockingly returned to the court, and now we'll examine his impressive season-by-season averages. Align equals left Coca-Cola 58, 14.1448, 183.18213.7. Align equals left Roastben equals 2. Align equals left Coca-Cola Roastben equals 272. Roastben equals 227.4. Roastben equals 2400. And 89 Roastben equals 2100. And 43 Roastben equals 2600. And 97 Roastben equals 26.2. Roastben equals 21.5. Roastben equals 25. Roastben equals 22. Roastben equals 2. 8.6. Align equals left Alaska. Align equals left Alaska 48 24.1500 0600 and 55.51426.9. Align equals left Alaska 35 19.9500 and 31 0600 and 41 4.98. 217.5. Align equals left Alaska 46 24.8400 and 51 300 and 33 600 and 95 61.3428.8. Align equals left Alaska 44 22.6500 200 and 5600 and 89 61.2318.2. Align equals left Alaska 62 24. 166 0700 and 21 5.11.32 17.7. Align equals left Alaska 27 20.6400 and 53 600 and 27 5.91. 216.1. Align equals left Meralco 35 22.3500 and 9 0700 and 69 5.58336.1. Align equals left Meralco 47 27.3400 and 65 0700 and 89 6.51.2449.5. Align equals left Meralco 35 31.5. 439 200 and 86 600 and 47 7.11.4528.7. Align equals left Meralco 38 24 400 and 29 300 and 33 800 and 43 4.48. 227.7. Align equals left Meralco 50 21.2400 and 45 300 and 97 800 and 31 3.91.2318.6. Align equals left Meralco 48 2300 and 91 300 and 57 800 and 42 3.41.2338.5. Align equals left Meralco 40 18.3300 and 97 200 and 93 700 and 29 3.21.6426.8. Align equals left Meralco 34 12.1300 and 21 100 and 9800 and 62 2.7. 6. 123.6. Align equals left Meralco 16 28.2400 and 27 300 and 5700 and 94 4.8 2.343 11.7. Align equals left Meralco 29 16.5400 and 4 200 and 53 600 and 94 2.88. 217.1. Align equals left Meralco 21 8.8300 and 18 200 and 35 600 and 67 1.54033.4. Class equals sort bottom. Align equals center Carlspen equals 2 career 700 and 85 21.6400 and 48 200 and 98 700 and 18 4.81.132 7.4. In 2001, Hugnatan's rise in the NBA was featured in a 30-minute special aired by the Japan Broadcasting Corp. NHK. Hugnatan lives a frugal lifestyle, but indulges himself with travels to different beaches in the country. He also owns a collection of Air Jordans, including Just Don Air Jordan 2 Seconds, which he wore in a game before any NBA player did. Hugnatan's younger brother Roll is also a former basketball player who played for the Adamson Soaring Falcons in college and the KL Dragons in the ASEAN Basketball League. He now manages a trucking business. After decades away, a basketball legend defied expectations and returned to the court.